This is a lecture on seawater desalination. The table of contents is as follows. 1. Drought in Okinawa. 2. Large-scale seawater desalination system. 3. Shipping container-sized mobile seawater desalination unit. 4. Even smaller seawater desalination unit. 1. Drought in Okinawa. The geological feature of Okinawa main island and other small islands in the Okinawa archipelago is characterized with the limited natural water retention capacity and caused severe droughts in the past. When the population was small, natural springs and wells at various parts of the region used to be sufficient to provide enough water. However, the population of Okinawa steadily grew over the past. It was 167,000 in 1873, 572,000 in 1920, 1,107,000 in 1980, and 1,463,000 in 2022. Several decades after the end of the Second World War, Okinawa experienced rapid economic growth, and water supply coverage area expanded significantly. This resulted in increased water demand and chronic water shortage. There was even a year with almost no water supply throughout the summer. In 1963, Okinawa was hit by the heaviest drought in 70 years and only received less than half the amount of average annual precipitation. The drought inflicted extremely serious damage to agricultural crops and even got the Japanese central government's attention. Extensive damage resulted in not only a long 206-day-long water supply restriction, but also crop loss, abnormal growth of insect pests, and starvation death of livestock. After the historical drought of 1963, water supply restriction continued every year, and another long restriction of 169 days was implemented in 1977. From 1981 until 1982, scheduled water supply suspension was necessary for as long as 326 days. As you can see, there was a time when drought was a constant cause of worry in Okinawa. Water use per person in Okinawa gradually increased year by year. Water demand further increased due to population growth, tourist growth attracted by booming tourism industry, and new resort hotel openings. To meet the demand, dams were constructed in the northern part of Okinawa main island. In addition, in preparation for the time of low water level in dams during drought year, seawater desalination plant that can turn seawater in fresh water was constructed. How to produce fresh water from seawater? Seawater has a salinity of about 3.5%. The technology of removing the dissolved salt to produce fresh water is called seawater desalination. The core of this technology is the cylinder called reverse osmosis membrane element. The reverse osmosis or RO membrane within the cylinder acts as a barrier to all salts and other substances dissolved in seawater. By applying high pressure on seawater, only water molecules are forced through the membrane, thereby producing fresh water. Advantages of seawater desalination are as follows. 1. Stable production, securing water regardless of season or weather. 2. Shorter construction period relative to dams. 3. Smaller site area relative to dams. 4. Proximity to demand centers. Seawater desalination plant in Chatan Town, Okinawa, of Okinawa Prefectural Enterprise Bureau. Seawater desalination plant is a large-scale facility that produces fresh water from seawater. It has a production capacity of 40,000 cubic meters of fresh water per day, or enough to fill a 25-meter swimming pool for 160 times. The new water resource development project of introducing a seawater desalination plant began in 1977. Its construction started in 1993 and was completed in 1997. Seawater desalination process at Chatan Seawater Desalination Plant. 1. Water intake. Seawater is taken from intake tower located near the desalination plant at the depth of 9 meters. 2. Sedimentation basin. Remove sand and stones after letting them settle on the bottom. 3. Sand filters. Remove fine sand, dirt, and turbid matter that came through sedimentation basin. Four, adjustment tank. Temporarily store the filtered seawater. 5. Reverse osmosis unit. Separate feed seawater into brine or seawater with high concentration of salt and freshwater. 6. Discharge brine to the sea from discharge tower. Meanwhile, send freshwater to Chatan Water Purification Plant. 7. Blend the freshwater from desalination plant with purified water at the purification plant and supply to consumers. After being blended with water from Chatan Water Purification Plant, fresh water from the desalination plant is supplied to 7 nearby municipalities in the central and southern area of Okinawa, where approximately 640,000 people live. Those municipalities include Chatan Town, Okinawa City, Kita Nakagusuku Village, Urasue City, and Naha City. As a matter of fact, the desalination plant is operated only when it is necessary. It is because other waterworks facilities located in the Okinawa main island, including dams in the northern area, long water transmission pipes, and purification plants can generally provide sufficient water. Therefore, the desalination plant is operated at minimum capacity for maintenance purpose. It only operates at its full capacity when the water level of dams goes down. At full operation, the desalination plant requires about 9,000 kilowatts of electricity. Since the completion of the Chatham seawater desalination plant in 1997 until now in 2022, thanks partly to this facility, no water supply restriction was implemented in Okinawa main island. 3. Shipping container-sized mobile seawater desalination unit. Okinawa Prefecture is made up of an archipelago with 160 raised coral islands. Due to the absence of large rivers and lakes, as well as annual and seasonal precipitation variation, the natural environment of Okinawa poses a challenge for securing stable water source. Remote islands in Okinawa Prefecture especially face many difficulties for stable water supply, including water supply restrictions due to droughts and securing emergency water supply. To resolve these issues, Okinawa Prefecture introduced mobile-type seawater desalination unit in 2016. 2 units were introduced for small-scale remote islands near Okinawa main island, mostly with population of 100 to several hundreds. These units have the shape of 20-feet-long container and can be transported to these islands by trailer and ship. Okinawa prefectural government put them on standby to be ready to lend to these islands. In 2017, it was lent to Aka Island of Zamami village. The island, with population of 275, experienced drought, and its water storage level went down to a mere 3.34%. The unit produced about 100 tons of fresh water per day, and the water was supplied to Aka Island and neighboring Geruma Island. These islands are connected by a bridge, and water is supplied through bridge-mounted pipes. The desalination unit was able to meet the water demand of 300 residents and 100 to 200 tourists. The mobile desalination unit was lent to Minami Daito Island in 2020 as well, when its own seawater desalination unit failed. The island has a population of 1,418 and is located 400 kilometers to the east of Okinawa main island. Thanks to the prompt response of staff members and those involved, transportation to supply resumption was implemented at an astonishing pace and only took 3 days. Here are the specifications of the shipping container-sized mobile seawater desalination unit. Four, even smaller seawater desalination unit, developed by Wise Global Vision, an Okinawan private company. This company manufactures desalination devices to filter nearby seawater into safe drinking water. The company's specialty is producing very compact-sized products. Their small-scale desalination units range in size. The smallest one can be carried by an adult person, and other bigger ones by several people. Mr. Omine, the developer, focused his research on desalination units that enable self-sufficient water supply in remote islands, communities, and households without depending on water supply from large purification plants. It was a theme rarely pursued by manufacturers at that time. The smallest desalination unit he developed is roughly the size of a carry-on suitcase, but utilizes RO membrane. RO membrane filtration system was originally developed by NASA. It is a technology that requires a high degree of skill for separating salt and water in seawater by applying high pressure. Such intricate technology naturally required a large-sized structure at that time. That is why most desalination plants worldwide were large-scale plants. Mr. Omine tried to find the way to make it smaller somehow. Development of a device with a size suitable for household use was a very difficult challenge that required years of time and large amount of funding. However, he finally succeeded in developing a RO membrane desalination system housed in a small pressure-tight casing and was granted a patent. It is Mr. Omine's hope to promote the development of small-scale water infrastructure throughout the world with his inventions. Another device that he designed can be powered by electricity through domestic electrical outlets. It produces 1 ton of fresh water from seawater per day. It can also operate with renewable energies, such as solar energy and wind energy. This enables communities in areas without access to power grid to have their own clean drinking water supply from seawater. Regarding the product price, according to the company's small-scale desalination unit is offered at the price of about a half to a third the price of similar products on the market. Their products are lightweight and compact, and some of them can be carried even by one person. One of the products, MYZ E60, can be transported in a vehicle's cargo space. It can produce 50 to 60 liters of drinking water per hour. The smallest product, MYZ E40H, is housed in a carry-on suitcase-like casing and only weighs approximately 27 kilograms. It can produce 40 liters of drinking water per hour from seawater. The company has shipping records to more than 10 countries. In Papua New Guinea, the company's desalination unit is in operation with renewable power source, such as wind and solar energy. Thanks to its small size, the company's desalination unit can be installed for overwater bungalows individually. Places with limited access to water source or stores to purchase water, such as construction site, can benefit with this product for temporary water supply. With this product, fresh water can be obtained without water taps nearby. While it is compact enough to be portable, It provides very high performance. It can not only remove salt from seawater, but also purify heavy metal polluted water and muddy water. Even with its purification ability to meet the Japanese water quality standard, the desalination unit is essentially a universal water purifier. Cautionary note. The aim of this lecture was to provide a general introduction on seawater desalination. Therefore, it mainly focused on the benefits and advantages of the technology. However, many considerations have to be made before introducing it. Seawater desalination is not necessarily a solution for everyone. Large-scale desalination systems require a lot of electricity to operate. Regular procurement of costly replacement filters is also necessary. It should therefore be considered mainly as emergency measures or supplementary water supply. It is our opinion that seawater desalination should only be considered as a last resort. Thank you for your attention.
Seawater desalination equipment, E40H. Compact and high performance. Easy to carry, easy to use. 40 liters per hour, or 10.5 gallons per hour. Remove the tubes, primary pump, and sediment filters away from the case. Secure the connection between the water intake tube and the pump. Secure the connection of the brine out tube to the pressure valve. Prepare the tubes, pump, sediment filter for use. Secure the connection of the two output plugs to the power source or generator. Recheck that all the connections are correct. Start the E40 by turning the red knob clockwise. Slowly increase the pressure by turning the pressure valve clockwise. Stop turning when pressure is reached at 800 psi or 5.5 MPa. This seawater has 3.4% salinity. The water purification rate for freshwater is 80 liters per hour. The rate for seawater is 40 liters per hour. After purification, the salinity is 0%. After purification, the seawater is drinkable. The continuous operation time is 1 hour. It can be used again after 30 minutes. The E40 can be used in emergencies such as earthquakes, typhoons, droughts, and many others. It can be used as a water source for international cruise ships. It can be used at construction sites where fresh water or concrete is difficult to obtain. It can be used as a water source for remote islands where the water supply is unreliable. It can be used on farms as drinking water for livestock or fresh water when rainfall is unavailable. It can be used at resort hotels. It can generate water for large-scale facilities. There are more models for higher scale operations. The E series runs on electricity, and the G series runs on gasoline. Emergency use water purifier, Water Pure, and Water Pure Pro. Fresh and safe drinking water from out of the river. Does not need batteries for operation and is easy to use. Lightweight and easy to carry. Eliminates 99% of harmful matter. Household use water purifier, Pitcher Pure. Drink antioxidant water daily for good health and beauty. Very good cost performance, about 6 yen per liter. Good purification. Removes more than 80% of radioactive seasoning. Silica Pure. Promotes metabolism. Compact size. You can use it at the office, outside, and a variety of scenes. You can absorb silica just by drinking water.